I'm a living legend, I can't die, no, I can't die. I'm a living legend, I can't die, no, I can't die. I'm a living legend, I can't die, no, I can't die. Ay, I'm a living legend, I can't die, no, I can't die. Everybody giving me advice is never right. That is why I only listen to my own advice. I'm a living legend, I can't die, no, I can't die. Ay, I'm a living legend, I can't die, no, I can't die. Label me a rock star, cause I rock and I shine. Y'all wasting your time, swear this world is mine.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Four Squared. We are your hosts. My name is Beej.
My name is Alex.
My name is Sam.
And I'm Lucas.
So, guys, what's going on?
And my brother about to go to high school. I
Where?
can't stand.
High
Hold
school.
on, bro. Hold on.
Crazy.
Bro, y'all remember this
He
kid
was-
when he was tiny? Yo,
Boy was-
like,
But he was
He was tiny, bro.
bro, he taller than me now. I hate it here. Like,
That's crazy. I remember every time I go to your house and I see your little brother, be like, "What's up, little man?"
yes,
Exactly,
and now he
bro.
going
It's
through them
great.
same stages that we went through the middle school and now to the high school, and now he already, experiencing and going through all this stuff. And I'm like,
Thanks, man.
like he already had him and the team. They already had lunch in the cafeteria, and I was just like, that calf. All those memories, bro.
I remember that cafeteria
The
too
cafeteria,
vividly.
bro.
There's a image imprinted in my head of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So many things that I wish I didn't remember.
Well,
Oh my
we're
God.
gonna remember today.
Mm-hmm.
Exact location.
I mean, hey, it's what got us. It's what got us clicked in the first place. I mean, y'all remember? I think it was like in the front, right before you went into the line to get your food, and it was like those first two tables, and y'all were always there, and I would pop in later,
Yeah.
and then we would start going on our rants about
It
whatever.
was the table.
You'd be
That was
talking
weird.
about nonsense, but honestly, I guess that's what brought us together. To be
Oh
honest.
yeah,
Like,
What,
Now he's
nonsense?
The lines of food, like there was always the sub line and there was always the pizza line on the other end. And they just be
Don't forget the
changing.
wing line.
bro.
Don't forget the wing line.
Mhm.
He's
Always
finna-
something different.
The wing line, boy.
I asked
So
my
y'all
brother.
remember-
I asked my brother, is he gonna be ready? Like how he feel? And he was just like, I mean, and I was like, dude, like you literally going
Bro,
through the same links
honestly-
that I'm going through.
Honestly, high school it's kind of a dangerous place, dude. Like real life, like
Best
being
and
real,
worst.
bro.
It's a
You-
jungle
Yeah,
out
like-
there, man. Like it's crazy.
You look at high school, right? That's where you start getting those social groups for real.
Yeah.
And you see that you see people that you used to hang out with all the time, in, like elementary school, and middle school. They go off into those other cliques, and you never speak to them again. Like it's really a wild place, dude. And
Y'all remember how it was in the school? You see the people in the rotunda,
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
those groups,
As soon as
and
you
then
walk
right
in,
by
as
the
soon as you walk in,
concessions beside the basketball court. It was
God,
that
it was
group.
crazy. Everybody had like the same place. I don't like no one ever talked about it. It was just that was your
Don't
spot.
forget the parking lot.
Right by the bottom
forget the
staircase,
parking lot.
like the grand staircase. And it caused so much traffic.
So
I
Yeah.
never hung out in the parking lot. I never drove, so I always
would
wanted to know
see.
how people was. I was like, "Ooh, this the cool kids from the movies." Like, yeah, I'm in the car.
I was there in
kids,
the parking
yeah.
lot. I was there just cause like that's just so happened where I was that time of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like baseball season came around, that's where I was. Just cause it's like
Everybody
I
that
guess
had a
it's
car,
more-
we would park and we would all blast music just to be dumb and just to show up.
Just
And like,
to be
"Ooh,
dumb.
look at us,
at
we're
7
changing."
at 7 o'clock in the morning, bro. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. We were functioning at 7 o'clock in the morning, bro. You gotta really think about that, bro.
Some people were functioning a little too much. Like some people had a little too much energy, and I was like,
I was
"Shh,
like, hey,
shut up."
Yeah.
no reason.
There's a meme. There's a meme of I think the lady that's from like I think Black King Chicago of like her screaming like, "Oh my God!" And the caption was that one girl with the blanket and the backpack with no
7 o'clock
energy
in
and
the
a
morning.
brisk drink and some candy.
Boy,
And I
she
was
got the
like,
hot fries. She got the
literally,
hot fries. Oh,
that
God.
one girl in first block, and I was
I
like,
mean,
"You not
you
touch."
can sell coffee like when you right before you hit the staircase, they used to sell coffee in that little area right there.
They
Mhm.
did.
Oh
They
yeah,
did.
fact.
Literally too.
Y'all remember when they used to walk around with coffee cart? The coffee cart, bro.
The coffee
cart.
cart,
Mhm.
That was tough.
man.
Shout out to
that in a high
shout out to
school,
the special ed department for that, bro. They always came through.
Yeah,
Oh,
You
always
gotta
came.
like. I gotta say though, it's a little concerning that they have like a whole system set up for giving caffeine to sleep deprived kids. They're
Facts.
like, here you go.
Yeah,
Here's
I
your
had to
caffeine for the day.
We all met that
Oh,
energy. Sometimes the teachers met that energy too. The second they saw that card, they was like, "Hold on," and then everybody
You
just
see,
looked like
you see the
they're
light
there.
in
You
their
gotta admit,
eyes.
you gotta admit that's a bougie school to have a coffee car for high schoolers.
Yeah, they
Why?
were walking around.
You don't think
It
the
was-
other high schools did that?
a lot of money.
I ain't heard about no high schools doing that.
I just never knew what other high schools were doing, to be honest.
I don't know, man. We got 3 floors, pretty long hallways, and these kids walking up and down the hallway in the morning with a coffee cart.
Y'all see
How
that
about
new building that was built? Like that's extra steps. Like imagine somebody got class in that extra building and then they gotta go all the way to E Hall. Like, oh, I'm late.
Mhm.
Like, and you got 5 minutes to
And
travel.
they
Like,
always had like street signs too.
Yeah,
They never
Wayne
helped.
Street.
it never made sense because we just named them like, you know, E Hall, F Hall, H Hall.
Yeah,
But the
G-Hall,
street
F-Hall.
said like Whitlock. And I was like, this does not help me at all.
Mhm.
Nope.
Yeah,
I remember
Wayne Street.
like there was 2 different people who
Damn.
gave you directions. It was, oh yeah, G216, that's the upper G hall, third hallway down that way. It's like, all right, thank you. And the other people, oh yeah, it's on the Whitlock. You mean like
Oh, yeah.
out there?
You know
Yeah,
people who
outside?
actually directed by the street? Like this ain't actual
Yeah,
roads, dog. Like
I'm not going to Chick-fil-A,
Not
bro.
gonna lie,
I'm
bro.
going to math
Not gonna lie, I
class.
used to do that. I used to do that to like freshmen and stuff, bro. I was an a-hole, bro. Like I was like, oh yeah, just go to Wynn Street.
I think I was kind of like, cause going there, like, yeah, like remember from like middle school when we would go to like, you know, the high school games and we would see, and it's like, oh my gosh, we're getting ready to go to high school. And then when you went and I was just like, this school big.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy because like you go to the high school football, you go to football games. It's even like sectioned off there too, like student
Mhm.
section. You
Mhm.
have kids in the front, and then you got others, and you got
Others.
youngins.
I mean,
over
they
here in the back
purposely
corner.
did that for like safety reasons. I mean, like, I understood that, especially
No,
as I played football
that
and I
was-
turned
that-
it
no,
all
that
up, and I
was
was just like,
purpose.
oh, I can literally point to where I know my parents are going to be because they're going to be right there because they're
No,
going to
it's-
avoid all the
I'm not
chaos
saying
in the students.
I'm not saying parents. I'm talking about student section, the whole student section, like that whole right side now, right?
Mm,
It's
Mhm.
just a certain few, others,
mm.
and then top corner. You
Yeah.
feel me? I don't know if y'all noticed that, like looking up into it, but
I never paid too much attention. I mean, I was in marching band most of that
Marvin's, like,
time.
really
I was in the
sectioned
marching
off, bro.
band section.
Back to that.
Gotta say, y'all had y'all's own section anyway. So
Yup.
I mean, I don't know how he's gonna be because since he played basketball, like he's gonna be dealing with that. But
it's
then
gonna be lit.
he already started, like he's in, you know how it was, like, you know, he's in IB, we was in IB, like, you know, we already gonna be in our designated spots.
See, full IB or partial?
No, he's full. He's been
start off full, bro.
For the
he's
track.
been full since I think like 4th grade.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
he
start
wow.
off full.
And so he started off, so he was in like at the 6th grade building, he was in what's that, 6'5"?
Yeah, the magnet. Yeah, the magnet.
Yeah.
Magnet hall, man.
Nobody, it's like there was like an invisible barrier that only had those kids there. And I was like, y'all don't
Where
ever
do you-
go anywhere else.
Where did your brother go to elementary school?
Burst,
Yo, burst.
just like me, you know, Burst Beavers, you know. Gang, gang.
Magnet, like the 6'5", the magnet section was weird for me because like everyone in that section, except for like a few people, like went to MCAA, so like they knew each other for like 3-4 years or something. And you would go try and make friends, and everyone's already talking to each other. It's like, all right, that's cool. And everyone I met was in like,
bro. Exactly, bro. Like, how do you think I felt coming in the middle of the year, bro?
that was
It was
that was
weird.
you fit, yeah, but you fit right there.
6'5" in the middle of the year.
I came in
mean,
mad late.
yeah,
I
because
didn't join IB until high school.
Yeah, your butt was too smart for everything else. Oh, I don't belong here. This is
It
boring.
was crazy, bro.
Mm. That whole building was just a weird experience. So I was just like, I'm only gonna be here for 1 year. And everybody was kind of just looking at each other like, ugh. Like that weird 12-year-old stage.
And I mean,
But yeah,
that
bro,
was
I'm-
that was
honestly,
middle school.
Alex,
Mm.
Alex, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your brother, bro. Like
I am too,
real spill,
bro. I am too, bro. I mean, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different because my Dukes ain't there no more. But
Yeah.
hopefully the environment changed. I mean, hopefully it's still the same cool vibes that that we had. But I'm sure without a doubt he's gonna experience some of the chaos.
I mean, it's gonna be high school post COVID, so that's gonna be mad interesting.
Everybody's gonna be flying out with the COVID jokes. Anytime you hear a cough, well,
yeah.
I feel like social media has more of an impact now than when we were still in school. And that was 5 years ago, bro. You gotta think about that. 5, 6 years ago.
When we were
social media wasn't as
we were like Snapchat. That's when Vine started popping.
Bro, Snapchat, Vine.
People only use Instagram to literally just post little updates.
Yeah.
Bro, my brother has a Kick, and I was just like, "What do you know about this?
Kick's still around?"
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, "Yo, I thought Kick died."
Where it went down, what?
Kick was like, what was going down on Kick.
Exactly.
Oh man,
damn, bro. I thought it was all about WhatsApp for some fucking reason. What? I don't know.
WhatsApp is more international. Only honestly, only the international people knew about WhatsApp.
Yeah,
because that's the only way that you can talk to people without.
It's so convenient. It's a little too convenient to be true, to be honest. Sometimes.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like there should be something. Lucas, I don't know if you remember, there used to be like a calling card that you had to purchase for like $5 or $10, and you had to use that number and then use like their calling card reception number and then call and wait for the phone to ring. Yeah,
my folks would tell me all kinds of stories about like the international call struggles. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But let me. What I'm curious about for your brother going to high school is I'm wondering like what kind of class dynamics he's gonna have specifically, because he's an IB, but he's also like a rising athlete.
Yeah,
like he's done a stellar job playing basketball in middle school. So it's like, what kind of social circle is he gonna keep? What kind of what's that gonna happen? Because it's very interesting, because is it gonna be like kind of like what you'd had, or is it gonna be?
It is because since I did football and baseball, I kind of got like a mixture group of friends. But since he's gonna be basketball, I think it's gonna be him and maybe like 2 or 3 other kids that are gonna be IB students. So I mean, just like me, I had my friends that I didn't have class with because I played sports with them. Mm. But then everybody else knew me kind of just from being known from around. But it's really just gonna be his IB friends and then his sports friends. Yeah. And then since he's gonna be, I think he's already doing like double accelerated math or something like that. And I was just like,
really?
Yeah, if he goes and he continues to do this whole IB thing, he might, don't quote me on this, might be qualified to dip out early.
That's beautiful.
Hopefully.
Amen.
I ain't mad.
Dual enrollment.
Hopefully.
I ain't mad.
Dual enrollment.
But he's also shooting to like go on scholarship and stuff. And then if scholarship don't fall through, then he wants to like create games and like do like computer science and like actually like
software engineering.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, if dude could work for Sony, man, free games on the initial
design it, like draw the characters. He's trying to code it, like program them to make the.
He's trying to code, like make the game.
Software.
Oh, wow.
He said like if it doesn't really matter what field he specializes in too much. Like as soon as he gets out with that computer science degree, he's set.
Honestly, I'm like, yo, the second he starts coding, it's a wrap. He's gonna make
that's
great.
Rare for someone that young to know what they want to do too. Kudos.
Oh yeah. He's always. I mean, it started with like Minecraft, and I didn't really get into Minecraft like that, but he was really like, it's one thing to like just do all the little chopping and blocks and stuff like that, but dude has been making like, he will make structures. Like he made schools and houses and mansions and like internal details. I was like, okay, he's like
a baby engineer.
Yes, and I'm like, yo.
I honestly hope he sticks with that, bro. I know I wanted to be a damn historian. Like my freshman year.
Either way, so he's either gonna make that bread with basketball or something else. Either way,
yeah. But he's making bread. I never knew what I want to do, so good for him.
Mm-hmm. You didn't figure it out in high school. You didn't have like a thought, like you didn't have any like teachers, because like I think the IB had to like this.
Everyone pick a teacher that like encouraged you to go to a different or a certain career path.
Yeah, I
Mm.
have mine. Most definitely.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Oh,
say that any of my
Mm.
teachers gave me a career path inspiration. I had teachers that inspired me to do good and like, find a way. But like, I mean, Miss Herrera, Miss Manuel, my favorite teachers, Miss Bergugo, they never like
remember
put
these
me
people.
like I never had a class where I was like, I want to do this. It was just, it was constant. It was a constant battle for me. Like I had like so many ideas of what I wanted to do, and I never really figured out until like halfway through college.
Mhm.
Okay.
Honestly,
I had
bro,
two. Go ahead, Matt.
shoot, Miss KP, that was for me. Because when I was taking her AP Chem class, that was like, yeah, that's my route. Like
Mm.
real spill. That's my route.
KP
It's a
inspired
lot of
me
fun.
to do HBCU. She didn't necessarily inspire me to do chem, although she did make me
Yeah.
like chem. She made me like him. I was like, all right, chem is actually not that bad.
Yeah.
But she inspired me to go do HBCU. To do my finance and business route, Coach Fred, because he was very knowledgeable with econ. And so he kind of just had like a vast array of like knowledge. And I was just
Mhm.
like, I like that. I want that. So
I gotta say, if I was in Coach Carter's class, I feel like he would have had a very strong influence on my career path one way or another.
mm,
Like I had him as a coach for 2 years. He was extremely influential, but I heard like stories about how good of a teacher he was and how good he was to students. I can imagine that it would have had some
No,
kind of impact.
Yeah.
he was extremely engaging as a teacher, bro. Like the one class I just took randomly just to like get the credit. It was
I
pretty
never
awesome.
had the chance to take him. I was so upset. I was so
We'll
built
do
up
it,
on
bro.
taking culinary, but I wanted to take his class just for him.
And it's
Chip,
crazy
what
because
about
right
you,
now,
bro?
here we are talking about those influential teachers. Well, so far
Mhm.
we only talk about the positive ones, but like even like years after we're out of there, like they still hold an impact in our lives, and that is
Thanks.
bonkers to me.
The only few teachers that I'll go back and say hi to.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I
Mhm.
ever show up back on school grounds and like
Yeah,
where kids are about and teachers are about, yeah. The
I
few
yeah.
mean,
doors
See,
that I'm knocking on is
to
to
be
see.
honest, bro, like if it wasn't for like Mr. Grant, I don't know where I'd be right now, man. He,
Wasn't he the engineering teacher?
yeah,
yeah.
man,
Mm-hmm.
literally. I mean, it went from like my freshman year having like 3 different engineering teachers to having this like short, chubby black dude come in, like blah blah blah, and he broke that thing down. In junior year, he kicked it in gear, did that after school program. I mean, I'm talking about scholarships. I had to do presentations in front, like the friggin' superintendent of the schools. I had to do it in front of like companies. I had to go to the Atlanta Capitol and present. I was presenting stuff at like 16. So like,
He was teaching y'all stuff.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, he was learning.
That
yeah,
was smooth.
working with college professors, bro. Like he had the connects for real.
Open up the doors for you, man. That's your future right there, bro.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Mm.
doing presentations and stuff like that. That's really opening up your future.
Yeah.
What's something unforgettable that y'all still hold? Like good, bad, crazy, but like something that you just remember seeing and it's like, oh, that was epic. I'm never gonna forget this.
Like in general, just like during that time.
I mean, good, bad, like any epic fights, any epic events, um, any social issues. I mean, I could think of a few. I mean,
Social issues. I try to
Social
forget about all that stuff, bro.
I
mm,
Yeah, it's
remember.
just
So I mean, I could honestly go on. I could probably write a book about all the scenarios, but this one probably will stick with me for a long time. It was our senior year, me, Max, and Jeff, just witnessing the like the dynamic of like the entire class and like the school system kind of unfold in front of us. That was impactful. Like the senior class split itself right down the middle
yeah.
into like full blown, like essentially full blown social war. We witnessed like the true colors of Marietta and what they did to Miss Taylor. I love that woman so much.
yeah,
Love her.
man,
And we just
love
like,
her.
and like, it was kind of weird because it was like, we're seeing all this stuff happen as we're going out the door. And
Yeah.
it was just, I will
Honestly,
never
bro,
forget
that changed my perspective completely. And honestly pushed me to go to HBCU as well. Like seeing all that stuff just made me it made me want to be around people that look like me somewhere, and I could be somewhere where I'm actually comfortable in my own skin and stuff like that. I don't really have
Yeah.
to worry about old money getting in the way and messing up everything. You know what I'm saying?
It taught me a lot about, looking beneath the mask. Like I'd always kind of like had experiences leading up to that point, but that was like such a big exposure. It kind of forced me to really understand that people are never really what they seem at first.
Mhm.
Never.
It
First
made me
impressions are
realize.
important, but
My bad, bro. It made me
no, you're
realize.
good. You're good.
Made me realize this, bro. Like, they didn't actually want a principal. They wanted somebody that they could control, and they couldn't control Miss Taylor. So
It honestly broke my heart
when
when y'all were telling me what was unfolding, because my principal, like, she had been there for like 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And so the dynamic was so normalized. And so for us, I mean, since we were her last class, yeah, we went out on a bang. And so, from TPing the school to the senior camp out in the backyard, like,
Your class could have done anything, and y'all would have gotten away with it. I'm convinced of that. Your class specifically.
yeah, yeah.
it's true, 'cause
I'm
you
My
had-
class,
you
we
had her son in it.
talk about like ruthless. Oh my gosh, like,
Our class,
You had her son in
however,
your class, bro.
the exact opposite. We would have gotten away with nothing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Because
they-
it was like such high hopes, because from the time we started to the time we graduated, like, it was just like, yo, y'all ain't never gonna forget, class of 2015. And then we all kind of just left, and then we kind of like left it in your hands, like, hey, yo, keep it going. And then we were especially excited, especially with Miss Taylor being the principal. She was like, yo, this is gonna be lit. That's why I came back when y'all saw me, when I surprised y'all for the what's it call it, the pep rally. So when we came back and some of the seniors came back, it was like, yo, it's still lit. Little did I know, stuff was just going straight down.
Can you imagine what?
I forgot about y'all.
Can you imagine what Miss Taylor would have done for that school? Like, in the long run, like that school would have been flipped upside down in all the best ways.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, she was.
That's
I mean,
what
she
we're
was
doing
tough. She was tough. I mean, she was tough on students as needed, but it was just like,
But she was so caring.
yeah, like anytime she was upset, it was like she was genuinely like hurt, because she wants students to succeed. It's like everybody believed that. It's like, I want to be a good student for you because you care so much.
And it's really important to have teachers and like administrators like that too, that genuinely care about the students.
Yep.
Mhm.
She, like, I never realized just like how childish I was until she came around. Because, like, for years I had been looking forward to like TPing the school. I didn't even know why. I just wanted, like, I didn't realize until that
You wanted to
moment
do
that
it.
I had no idea. Exactly. Like,
It
everyone
was just for
gonna do it.
fun. It was
Everyone
all
had fun
fun.
stories about it. Everyone talked about it. And I was like, this is our year. We're going to do it. But then she pointed out how like ludicrous it is. The fact that we are spending all that money on toilet paper to get it dirty. And especially if it rains, like, that's just like, it's
Oh yeah, if it
nasty.
rained, it was a wrap. Oh my god.
And like she's sitting there telling us like the foolishness of our actions. And I'm like,
I'm gonna press charges if you do it.
that wasn't a threat, bro.
We
That was a
actually had
warning.
cops coming. I was like, yo, she's not playing.
Yeah,
And people were so butthurt when they actually came.
yeah, bro. They were mad.
Folks was running in the woods.
And like you heard
Fun,
like
really.
you heard like at least like 100 times different people saying, "Come on, y'all, they can't arrest all of us." Like, come
They
on.
don't know.
It's like
What were y'all? Y'all really thought y'all was untouchable.
It's like AW. Okay.
Like, come on, bro. This isn't Miss Taylor's predecessor. This is the new era. This is the
Right.
new dawn.
Right. Like,
God, this is great. And like everything she did, even if it was like tough, like exterior, very scary demeanor of hers, she was so caring. Like, she had such a big heart for everything. Like, I remember one time, it was senior year, it was during my period of band class. She comes in and she sits down in the back of the class. And I knew that was like during a time where there were complaints surfacing about that class. And she came, she didn't say a word. She came, she sat down. I looked over her, she did this. And immediately went back to serious mode, just watched the class. And I felt so safe. Like y'all know my experience at band. I felt secure. I felt good.
It's like that. It's like your extra mother that's there. Not your mother at home, but your mother at school. And it's just like, yeah, she got me. And
So
then
you
that
had
goes
both
down.
balance, So
Yeah.
That class went seamlessly too. I remember that did.
I mean, do y'all know
Smooth.
anything about like the new administration or something? I know nothing about like the new
Right now,
principals
no.
or anything. Like I've seen pictures of him on social media, but I don't know how if it's going good or bad.
Well, actually, maybe. Okay, so y'all remember when my cousin came, spent some time here, right? Spent
Right.
a year, did all that. Yeah. So when she came in here, I took her to orientation. I introduced her to like all my teachers, my connections, make sure she had like, you know, proper people she could reach out to. And I took her to see all the club tables, and I listened to the new principal. He seemed like a pretty cool dude. Like he seemed like he was just, I mean, he was no Miss Taylor, obviously. But if I had to
but that
rank,
was just our
if I had to rank the principals that I witnessed, even when I was in high school and after, it would be like second place for me.
Mm.
He seemed like a cool dude. He seemed like he knew what he was doing.
I think since from what I've seen, it's not even a matter of like seeing like him or like the dynamic, but it's just seeing just how the school is now. Because like now, like my brother, the high school that he's in, definitely not the same high school that we went to. And we went to the same high school and we're alums of it. And so like the fact that he sees the extra like trade school center that was built right beside it. And then like the logo changed, like not like the classroom changed, but like things have like definitely changed. So hopefully like the experience is still good for him. And I just hope that I hope he avoids like some of the like internal maybe social issues that we experience. Especially for us being in, you know, an IB and being in that space where it's, you know, few people that look like me, but everybody else, you know, is different. And it's like,
well, I mean, let's break down what IB is for people that don't know.
Right.
IB stands for the International Baccalaureate Program. It is this educational program that has and it's global. It's global. It's known around the world. Different schools, different countries, they have it. There are IB principles. There are IB scales. We take IB tests to challenge us on our knowledge on this program.
Yeah.
It's just an upgrade of any advanced class that people can think of.
It was kind of like AP, but it had like its own grading system and everything.
It basically
Mhm.
was AP,
Honestly?
but international AP.
International
I
AP.
feel like IB prepared me better for college than AP did.
Oh, without a doubt.
Mm.
Without a doubt.
Mhm.
Like
'Cause I heard from college.
I was tired because like I don't know about y'all. Low-key is like, especially junior, senior year, Loki felt like college.
Yeah.
Like because
All those papers.
by the time we got to college, like nobody was typing 10-page papers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
No.
we were the only ones where it's just like, oh, 10-page paper, oh, that's nothing. I'm gonna be
Mhm.
tired, but I'm gonna get this.
Yeah. So definitely like coursework wise, definitely, and like time management
Exactly.
helped a lot with that.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I hope that he's, you know, maintaining it because he thinks it's tough now. Wait until he gets
Junior
into
school.
those. Wait until he gets to PDP biology and
And chemistry.
Sophomore year is the real hard year because that's when you get all these like really tough courses and everything. It crunches down on you, and then you have to decide whether you want to keep going, like
Mhm.
you know, full stride, or you want to back off.
And y'all had like different. Y'all had to do like personal projects. I did the CC part of it. I did the career pathway one. So I did culinary. So mine was focused on culinary, and then I had to take language with it as well. So I was focused on it. I took culinary for like 3 years. And I mean, hey, shout out to Chef.
Personal project. What was a personal project?
It was the wait, did you do it?
I don't even remember.
So the personal project was like that really big project like it took place like, you know, through freshman year. I think we presented it into sophomore year. I might be really
was
wrong
like-
on that.
It was like the back of freshman year. second
Yeah,
half,
okay,
freshman year,
yeah.
and then beginning of sophomore year.
It was like we had to like do something that was personal to us that had some kind of application to other there, help other people, like do something like provide a service for people, do something that was creative, like because IB especially it was all about promoting that different kind of out of the box learning. So
Mhm.
like for example, my project was I tutored kids at my old elementary school, Sawyer Road, to like I taught them how to play trumpet at such a young age. I would get them, I would get them ready to like, go into band. I kind of teach them a little bit of things. I talk with them. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Take pictures and stuff. Yeah, mine was
Yeah.
I made a wood bat.
You
I was
did
big on
what?
baseball. I made a wood bat. I was big on huge on baseball. So
You actually did like wood shop and like made a bat?
no.
Oh, I was like,
Oh, I remember now. I made a
I
go-kart.
cheated,
That's
bro.
what I did.
Not gonna lie, bro. I cheated. I did cheat, bro.
wow. It's a
Okay.
personal project. How you cheat on your own personal goal?
That's
I
Max.
had time, bro.
You didn't make time, bro.
Jeff, how you make a go-kart?
Yeah, I didn't
We
make
have to
time.
showcase that like by the auditorium, by the band room.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay,
that's what it was.
yeah. I made a go-kart. Yeah, okay.
Out of what?
Wood.
Tough, bro. Y'all are tough.
It was like a seat, and then like, so it's like you have like the actual like where you put your butt at, and then like little walls, and then it had like a piece of like 2x4 and another small one right here, and you use that to turn your feet. So you're supposed to go down the hill, you can move it like that. We painted it
Oh,
blue.
that's tough.
That personal
I like
project was supposed to have like a lot of outcomes and like different stuff. My outcome, it taught me a lot about patience. Like you got to be really patient to be teaching kids at that young age to play an instrument like trumpet, because trumpet is hard. But
Yeah.
when you first starting out, like once you figure, I think this is my personal opinion. Once you figure it out, it's easier to get better. But like that first starting stage, if you can't get past getting your embouchure set and like properly vibrating through the horn, you're just not.
Oh, dude, you gotta feel it when you're playing music.
Mhm. So you had
Not even
trumpet.
like that.
You didn't even have buttons.
I had
You to, like remember those positions.
Oh yeah, the trombone, dude, you had to feel it, bro. You had to feel it. I remember like Lucas remembers when we first started, 6th grade. I just used
I'm
to
about to
laugh.
say,
I was like,
Lucas, should I bring up that unfaithful day?
Oh,
No, you should not. No, you should not. No, you should not. No,
oh,
never.
never mind.
I
Let's not bring
mean,
that up.
Never.
Don't bring that up.
Never,
Don't bring that up.
never, ever. I know where you live, Alex. Don't be playing games like that.
Hey,
No,
don't
I
worry, I'll
remember.
be changing addresses soon.
I remember.
We know where that
I'm
is,
still gonna
too.
know.
Shut up.
No, Max is right though. I remember. It was him and Harrison, maybe other people. I don't really care. Harrison was like technically better because he had like more technical skill, but Max had power. That man from day one
He
had
had
like
soul.
beautiful,
He
loud.
He played
good
with
sound.
soul.
play with
Yeah.
your hands.
Yeah, he was technically better, but I had a better sound than he did.
Yeah, good
But
confidence.
I mean, so it kind of like meshed together. That's why like me and him. I mean, we still kind of like talk sometimes, but yeah, that's like we were really close in low cracks. Like that was really something that was.
That was before he came out of his shell. That was a whole different
Yeah.
person before he
Mhm.
evolved.
yeah.
One thing that I'm also noticing, I don't know if like, because we've only been out of high school for like 5+ years, but this kid, I don't know if y'all noticed like the rapid growth of like kids out here popping babies and
It
Mm.
happens. Yeah,
Like-
it goes. It's gone faster, bro.
I don't know where or how or why, because now on social media 13-year-olds are like 23-year-olds, and I'm like very like disturbed by it.
Mhm.
That whole preteen stage is no longer a thing, bro.
Yeah.
You
It's
go
honestly
from-
not. There is
you
no
go from kid,
preteen. It's you're
you
a
go from
child
kid,
and then you're grown.
and then you're an adult.
It's
I don't care.
It's
I
not
don't care
even
about
that.
them being
It's not
pretty.
even
I
that,
care about
bro.
them being, to their age. Like,
Oh, I know.
should-
But like,
you shouldn't be.
it's weird.
You shouldn't be making it clap, clap, clap at 12. Like, you shouldn't be doing it. Like,
y'all remember that weird Netflix special about like the 12-year-old like twerking circuit or some shit?
Yeah, nah.
That was probably like one of the most disliked videos I ever saw on YouTube. The trailer for that.
Mm-mm. I remember
Look them up.
one moment that really like popped out to me was like freshman year. I remember I was at lunch, and there was this like pregnant white girl, and she was like I'm talking about maybe a good 6-7 months there. I didn't see that girl for like 2-3 weeks. I see her in the lunchroom again. Her stomach completely flat. I said, "Oh damn."
She had a baby.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. And that kind of like it makes you think, bro. Like
It,
we're
it
really,
frightened me low key
we're
because I
really
saw
at
that
that age, like having sex and all that stuff. That stuff is really like real. Like that's our reality now. Like
I saw
we're
that
getting
in
to a
eighth
point where
grade. I saw it was a pregnant Latina girl, and she was
I remember.
good and pregnant. And I
Yeah.
was just like, "Are you?" She was like,
Sorry.
"Yes." And I was like, "Why?" I didn't have any other questions. I was just like, "Why?" She was like, "Because we wanted to raise a family." And I was like, "You're 12."
You're still in a family.
Right. I'm like, "You're in a family of your own." And I was like, "So you actually," she was like, "Yes." And I was still like afraid of sex at that time. And she was like, "Yeah, it felt better without the condom." And I was like, "You knew what she was doing?" Like,
Man,
It's crazy because I mean, like I said, like with technology and stuff nowadays, TikTok and all that stuff, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram,
so
Twitter,
accessible now, man.
it does
I mean, I
it's
saw
all accessible, bro. Like you could watch that. Like there's no more sex ed, bro. Sex ed is not being properly taught in schools and stuff like that.
What was
So
like?
never
What
you're
was
gonna
your
have
guys'
sexual
like sex ed in school? Like, how did they say
porn.
it to you?
it was gym class in 6th grade.
it was porn and then it was sex ed. I think I had at 10th, not either 9th grade or 10th grade, Coach Rainey.
No, we watched that video in 7th grade with
Oh, Miracle of Life?
our science teacher Lucas. Yes.
Miss
we watched
Sarah.
that.
Oh yes,
I wanted to
remember.
hurl. I
remember
saw
that. Yeah.
because as kids, you're just like, oh, she's pregnant, cool. How does it come out? Well,
Yeah.
Where
Now
do
you-
babies
now you
come
realize-
from?
and it's
you
like you
realize
didn't
the
really have an
whole
idea
story.
until you saw that video, and I was just like,
And you're just like, oh my
Everyone,
no, was
everyone
that all the
This is-
girls, they were just like, oh, that's so pretty. All the guys were just like, yo, what is this dog? Like, that looks like an
That-
alien. And it's just falling out.
Exactly, like was that middle school mentality, like, oh my God, why are you showing me this right now?
I was really
You
upset.
know.
I was like, yo, we're out here 12, 13 years old, and you're showing us a baby
It was
coming
just
out. Like,
I guess
Oh,
it's
dang,
like
I didn't even see that.
trying to show us the realities of it all.
oh, you
bro,
Chip,
'cause
your class ain't
so-
seen your class ain't seen that?
Jeff-
Nah,
Jeff
We
didn't go
saw
to-
the whole documentary of childbirth.
I didn't see
How
that. I
did
saw
I-
The camera
I-
was up, and her legs was open, and we were just like,
Nah, I didn't see all that. Like in gym, they had like dudes on one side and girls like on the other side of the gym, and they showed like the dudes' genitalia, and then the girls got to saw the girls' genitalia. Then they like flipped it so you saw the opposite one, and at the same time, you hear all the girls go "ew," and all the dudes like "hell yeah." Bro, they were hype. We were hype. Like, that's what it looked like,
Gucci man.
bro.
every guy in the classroom, he was just like, bing.
Bro, no, bro, I will never forget this, bro. Seventh grade, like I was like, what is this? I remember this so vividly because I was like, how is this happening in real time? So we're like in social studies class, right? I think we're studying Southwest Asia and African like geography and stuff. So like there's 4 tables facing the front of the class, and then there's one like facing like inside the class. So it's like facing the front where the teacher is, and there's one side table. I'm on the side table, and I'm on the very end. Bro, I'm minding my business reading this magazine. Dude, I kid you not, all I hear is, I'm like, what is that? Bro, I turn to my left, dude is like in there with his fingers, bro. Like in
Finger
class.
bang.
I was like,
That boy finger banging in class.
To another girl. Just,
yes. And he was like, it's squishy. I'm like, oh, okay. And then bro, this dude looked me dead in my face and said, you want to try it? I'm like, bro, I'm good. And the girl was like, wow. And I was like, bro,
No, I'm good.
You wanna
offering
try?
no
bro. Dude said,
free sample, free
Bro.
sample.
bro, dude stopped, and you see her like zip her pants up. Dude said, I was like, oh my God. Oh man.
I ain't gonna hold you. I low-key did that the first time I did that. First time I did that, I was just like, I kind of just washed my hands. I was just like, okay.
Oh my god, man.
Why was he doing that in class?
I don't know. I don't
You
know.
ain't got
Bro,
nothing better to do.
That's like
What
how
is
you like.
You could take a nap. Like, you think about any bad kid, you could skip class. You can go to the bathroom, get a pass. You could leave. You know, you can go. You know, I'm still worried about kissing.
Y'all know y'all seeing like those cop shows where it's like, you know, they get a bag of like cocaine and be like,
Right.
that's legit. Can you imagine if he did that in your class? He was like, delicious.
Oh, this is premium. I like that.
Not
Can I
premium.
have some more? May I have seconds?
Right.
I can't do this.
Like some damn
go.
like some guacamole dip. Just
Anybody in middle school that I ever heard that actually like had sex, and I was just like, I was so mind blown because I was just like, you actually did it? Like, how did it feel? What did it? Sick of it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was still trying to like, you know, navigate social circles.
Mhm.
I was
Like,
trying to, I was out here trying to
Like,
make
what?
friends.
I was trying to be cool. You feel me? Like that's all I was worried about. Let me be cool.
I was a shell. I was severely bullied, and so I was just I had no recollection of the opposite sex. I was just trying to survive and make sure I didn't get
Bro,
bullied that day.
I gotta say, my transition into high school felt really easy for me because of marching band, just like band in general. Because like that was still when they allowed eighth graders in, and before it used to be different. It was like you could only join eighth grade if you have a sibling in band already. But then I think it was DeBose. It was like, I don't like that. I want inclusion. I want big band. So I joined because I thought, you know, it was like the logical next step. And it was like, you know, it pushed me to be better. It gave me friends. And like by the time I was in high school, I had people. Like I had friends that I made in middle school, like Max and Jeff eventually when I first met him in high school. And then it was like I had seniors and juniors that I had met on the field. It was great.
Man, this dude already has sophomores and juniors waiting for him.
Yeah. Same deal.
I hate, but it's just like, because since he already looks like a 16-year-old, like whenever he would hang out at the square, you know, he would hang out with his friends, and then those friends would have, you know, older siblings that go to the high school. So everybody would just flock around him because he's tall, he's handsome, and he's like, oh my God. And so now
he's tall. He's tall. Did I mention that he's tall?
And plays ball.
He's tall and he hoops.
Yeah.
And he's smart. Like all good things.
2 years in this
But
all
he's
4
tall.
years, bro. You finna have my whole last year in his 4 years. That's crazy.
No, because literally like now, like because he's already like dreading it because he's just like, I'm already over it. Like there's already like kids that know who I am. So by the time he's a freshman, is like everybody's gonna be like, welcome. I only feel safe going into high school. I only feel safe going into high school because my mom was there. That was the only reason I was going.
You gonna get hazed. Yeah, you're gonna get hazed. You're gonna be on that high school haze and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys remember that.
It happened in football, but that was it.
I had heard
I
heard horror stories, but you know,
Yeah.
I never happened to us.
I was terrible for this. A kid, I don't know where he got the gall to ask me. I was literally walking to class, had a bag of Skittles in my hand, just munching, bro. Going to class. Kid walked up to me, and I could tell he was a freshman. He looked like a baby. And he was like, excuse me, I'm really hungry and I couldn't get lunch. Can I get some of your Skittles? I looked him up and down, and I ate the last of my Skittles in front of him and kept walking.
Damn.
You rude.
Bro.
Rude as hell.
Ruthless.
Why are we friends?
That's ruthless.
Why are we friends?
That's
Because
right.
it was, I was not in the mood. I was just in a bitter mood that day. I was just not having it with people. And so for like this little kid to just come up and like ask me for my Skittles because he hungry. First off, dog, this ain't gonna help you. Like a pack of Skittles ain't gonna get you through the day. So
You ain't lying. I'll pass you $1 or something.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Nobody
at that point, if I had $1 on me, I'd be like, bro, go get you some chips or something. But you asking me for my Skittles that are I'm literally shaking up and eating right now, like, no, bro, don't ask me for my Skittles.
What's everyone's like a whole moment in high school that you were like, yeah, like you just mess with people for like no reason?
That was my one. I didn't do it again afterwards. I felt so bad. I thought he was gonna come and show up to school later.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think I ever messed with anybody. I was too nice. That was my issue. I was too nice.
You were
I
pretty
don't
nice.
think. Y'all feel free to correct me though. I might have had a moment.
I mean,
Your issues was just with girls.
yeah, you were like nice with girls.
I used to
That,
bully
that was
kids.
your
I was
only.
nice with everybody. What you mean?
Nah, bro, that was your blessing and your curse.
Y'all ain't hear me.
Who'd you say?
I used to bully kids in band.
You did.
Low brass.
Damn, Max.
That little brass section was. We were.
No,
Look,
yeah,
man,
y'all
you
were
had to
like-
be initiated into it, bro.
they were a
Like,
tight. They were a tight unit.
really
I
tight.
get it.
Brass was low key the hood of like man.
Max, get
Y'all
in
were
the
the hood.
cut.
Cool though. We was all cool though.
You never
They
were
were
the
the hood of
hood of
man.
man.
We was all cool,
But-
chill. We was all just chill.
They didn't cut up or
But
nothing. They had
get
same
in, bro.
discipline.
Yeah, you had to be disciplined. You
No.
come in with all raw around stuff, but you gonna get knocked down, bro. Like
Max really thought that his band was drumline. Like, what is wrong with you?
one band, one sound. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
that's what
my
it is.
God.
One
Like,
band,
I
one
remember
sound. We are the base of the sound.
we'd
You
be
feel me?
we'd
Like,
be
that's what
on
it
the
is.
field. We'd be on the field, just kind of like somebody would mess like. Doesn't matter if it was one section or multiple sections, clowning around and everything. I would always look over at Lil Brass without fail. Nothing. they're like this. They're like this.
Cause we trying to go home too, bro. We trying to get that stuff over with so we can go
So-
home.
Yeah, man, I bet you
Go
shoulders
back.
tired. You like, bro, let's go home, dog.
I saw y'all's practice during the summer one day, coming out of football workouts during the summer. Y'all all looked like y'all was fun to just hit the ground and die. Especially, I don't know if y'all remember, there was this one kid, he was a grade above me. He was super tall black dude. And he was like big and he had trombone. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, the tuba, Justin.
Justin.
Yeah.
Big boy
Bro,
Justin
Tiny.
Farmer.
He would
Captain
sweat
Tiny.
everything out of him.
Mhm.
And he was just,
Oh, he was built different. He was
I
built
was
for
like, yo, how are you still alive?
when it
Captain
was
Tiny, bro.
cold.
That's Captain Tiny. He was real tough.
When the
That's
season got colder and like we'd have like a long show, he'd take off that helmet. It was like steam would rise out of his head without fail. It was like
It was
Yo.
dope, bro. But Low Brat, no, that was like my real close knit group right there, bro. That was the
I don't
group.
know. I'm hoping
Captain
my brother is gonna go through without no real issues. Cause moms ain't there. I don't know if any of the teachers are still there. Like a lot of them are
Bro,
dipping
he'll
out
be
left
fine.
and right. So I'm sure he'll be fine.
He'll be straight. Just make sure he don't leave his computer on so that he don't run into nobody like me. I used to mess with people like that.
What did you do to kids' computers, Jeff?
So like after school, when I would go to like Mr. Grant's like after school program, I usually set at a certain computer. I don't like people around the area I'm working at. So if someone was logged in, I wouldn't log them out. I would go change the name of the documents to like boobs or bull crap or something like that. And so they wouldn't know what like the assignment was what and then log out.
that's
There's your
real.
asshole moment. There's your asshole moment
There's
right
your
there.
asshole
There it is. There it
I
is.
love it.
I thought what I did was
Important.
terrible. You are really trying to like get kids suspended. Like, you are.
Like this looks important, delete.
That's the next level thing.
See that? I have to fight you for that. Oh my
That's
god!
next level.
Imagine if it's like an important page, like ALS format, and
That's
I
a
had to turn it
grade.
in for IB Psych.
That's
Oh,
your
fight
IB
me.
essay, delete.
I
That's
don't
some-
fight me. I don't fight
That's
me.
somebody's
Delete
grade.
any of my stuff. Oh my gosh! I would have just dropped out at that point because there goes my grade. Like,
My mom always asked me, she always like pleaded with me. She's like, Lucas, please don't fight anybody in school. Don't get like if you can avoid it, please avoid it. I'm like, all right, mom, I promise I'll try. But man, You delete something like that, I'm breaking that rule.
I better say,
Like,
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold
You're
you,
getting choked.
dog.
That's
If you would have
that's-
sat beside me, and the whole ass said, "I'm gonna log out for you." All right, thanks.
I don't trust people like that.
Nah, fool. I gotta do it myself.
I
Gotta
would
do it
say-
myself, fool.
I'd
That's
say
what happened.
Control Alt Delete. Thank you. I'm fine. No thanks.
Better log
Can't,
out.
can't trust Jeff
Nah.
around computers now.
I'd have been in the front office. I'd be like, "Can I get my one phone call? Thank you." Hey, Ma, I got into a fight. She yelled at me. Wait. I was justified.
That at that
What's
point,
it-
that
what's
is
it with
justified.
dot?
I'm sure he's gonna be fine. I'm sure he's gonna be fine.
Bro, he's gonna be great, bro.
Is it
Full
weird that
confidence.
we've been out of school for that long? Out of high school for that long?
Yeah,
I think it's natural. I mean, you probably feel a little extra old.
yeah.
No,
Time flies.
Old man.
And
no
it's crazy. I
loans.
haven't been to a homecoming game or
Leave
nothing,
mama.
bro.
Yeah.
I went
Oh,
because
yeah.
my only reason I went frequently was because my cousin was in marching band and she was so I would go to the games to visit on my weekend sometimes. That was it. I would run into people like what was it? Brian and George were there. I ran into Terry sometimes, believe it or not. I ran into other people. Some people that I like, but some people that I went to school with. But yeah.
What's your
That's
favorite
weird.
marching band move?
But yeah, y'all got that because all I did was just watch out whenever I got off the field.
My favorite marching band moment. That's a tough one, man. I got 4 years worth of memory to go on that.
I don't. I have a couple years, but
You got one off the top of your head, Max? Share with class.
I'm sure there's a lot of internal drama with who did what. Whenever y'all do
Yeah,
y'all little
there's-
mid-riff drum set
Oh.
moments or something, like whenever y'all do y'all chants or something, like I'm sure there was something going on.
Oh yeah, there was drama.
there's a ton of drama.
There was-
Only one that I
there
heard
so
of was
much.
just the band moms. Band moms I heard was trash.
Hey, put some respect on my mom's name.
Excluding yours,
Excuse me.
Lucas.
Yeah, excluding mine. They put their heart and soul into that group and that
I missed
organization.
him.
Thank you. She misses you too. But yeah, nah, that was I don't know, my favorite. I have so many, but honestly, some of them are all moments about
Yeah, yeah. His-
Oh, I remember tall light skinned dude, glasses,
Tall,
had
light-skinned dude.
aggressively long Wolverine nails. Like,
I would never doubt that man.
He looked like the thumb people from Spy Kids. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
bro, every time he would go on his lunch break at McDonald's, the McDonald's across the street,
come on,
bro, dude real was like, "Hey, yo, what's going on, fool?" And he would always cut me. And I was like, dude, like, cut your nails.
Mm. He tried to fight Josh McMahon one time. Whooped. He got one clean shot in, and Josh whooped him. He beat the mess out of him. And then he was talking about, he was like, "Nah, we ain't done yet." And I was like, "Terry, you can't even walk
bro.
straight."
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wait,
over with.
stop.
I'm trying to think, bro. Honestly, my good marching band memories often came outside of marching band. You know what I mean? Like we had like our friend group together. And we was just
Mhm.
kicking it. You feel me? That those were like my best memories because that was like the real close knit type.
I mean,
stuff
I was
going
just gonna say, I mean, the cruise. I mean, that was lit.
I was so jealous. I was like, y'all really out here going on a cruise. At that
Yeah.
point, all
Mhm.
filth is being done.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because there's
That was-
no way
I had
that any
20 people on
chaperone
the
is going to
cruise.
go down each hall on each floor to check on the students. Like, no, bro. After a while, the teacher's going to sleep. After that, filth.
You got
Well, I
20,
mean,
you got
parents
20
did
people on the
kinda-
cruise. too.
The parents did kind of cock block. So like,
Oh, parents went too? Oh, I thought it was just teachers. I didn't know.
Parents could volunteer.
yeah.
Yeah, the ultimate
So-
cock block.
I'm about to say, what was the ratio? What was the ratio
That
like?
was cock
It was mostly parents. There was like
It was
the
mostly
chor- there
parents?
was
Oh,
the-
that
there was
sucked
the-
then. Oh,
There
never
was the
mind.
two. No, it was the two band directors and the chorus director. That was
Yeah.
it.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, it was the two
Depending
band
on like how
directors.
many, if you have like 50
Not
band
bad.
kids, like
cock block.
I felt bad for you, Jeff. I really felt
That
for you, man.
was stupid.
That was so bad. Jeff was all up on girls' business in the middle of the littest
Yeah,
pool
so it's
party.
like you know how we dance, Alex. You know, move our
oh,
way.
yeah, yeah,
I was about to whine at this girl. That mom legit like airbended, sliced my meat. She was like, oh, no. I'm talking about I didn't even get like my like crotch didn't even get to touch her butt yet. It was like, no. I was like, what? She's like, H is right over there. And I was like, man, I don't care. And then he went away and she's okay, yeah, like I just want to make sure if he was okay with it. Like, so
Was that her mom or was that just a mom?
that was a
That
mom.
was I think that was Deshaun's mom, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
You talk about that's literally the definition of cock block.
bro.
Yo,
She damn near like sliced your dick in half. Like,
Literally.
What that was.
I was like,
that was such, but like that pool party was so lit. Like
yeah,
we took over that pool party
facts.
legitimately. Like when everyone showed up, that was our party at that point. Like it started when like me, Jeff, and I think John and like Harrison, because we all roomed together. We were walking out and we saw there was like a little group, and we're like, "Yo, who's in here?" Oh, JJ was with us, and I was like, "Yo, JJ, is that your mom dancing in there?" And she was getting down with it. He was like, "Yeah, that's mom." And then like the whole thing kind of migrated to the pool. It was great.
Didn't like Colin like turn on the shower and then he tried to like see how the shower worked. It was like a small compact
what
shower.
kind of new mess is that? It's just a compact shower.
Hold on.
And
I
the
remember.
water shot and hit the mirror against the door, so it was spraying like the actual carpet in the room.
Has he never been in a cruise before? Those bathrooms are like you just have to stand and you literally it's
I
only
don't
fits
know.
one person. Like
I don't know, but he turned on that water and it like hit the mirror and it splashed all over the carpet. And instead of stopping, he just screams out like, ah!
He screamed for like 5 minutes. Hold on, y'all. One second. I remember because like Deshaun was watching this man for like 5 minutes. He was like, "Why are you screaming? Turn it off!" Colin was so mad at him. I remember we ran into Colin. We're like, "Yo, Colin, how's it going, bro?" He was like, "Bro, I just want some booty."
the yams I want, I can't get, and the yams I can get, I can't. I don't
see,
want.
I would be fighting only because knowing how I am, when it came to going to bed, if any of y'all were to come start messing with people while they're trying to sleep, I'm fighting.
No. Jeffrey, you remember this? The whole cruise, like that was like yams was like one of the big moods. It was like yams this, yams that, yams.
Is that your
Looking for
goal?
yams?
Everybody, yams.
But at the end of the
They had a
trip,
teen club there too.
it was so clear though. At the end of the trip, it was like, all right, we are burying this joke. No more yams. And it didn't happen again. We got back to shore and no one ever said yams again.
Mm-hmm.
It was just good old booty.
I think that now looking at it, because y'all know how like those different cliques and stuff that we was talking about, like in the cafeteria and the front before school started. I don't know where my brother's gonna be in, because you had like the section of where the jocks were, and like the section of like the white students were like kind of like in the front near the rotunda. The Hispanic students were like kind of like in the mix, and then like the black students like by the stairs, and then the athletes were kind of just like everywhere.
Everyone.
Yeah, like it breaks up like by race, but it also break up like a bit like kind of like sport or maybe physical activity.
Yeah, you're what are you doing? What do you do outside of being a student type of thing? So like band was one place, sports is another place, and it was literally like football was here, baseball was here, basketball was here. I don't know. I think he's kind of gonna be kind of just like everywhere. Like he'll kind of just bounce off, because that's kind of how I was too. Since I was in IB, but also played sports, that's how I was able to like know everybody. And then
all types of groups, bro.
Being friends with y'all, being friends with you guys, like I was able to get in with the band, and then
yeah, you had like secondhand band exposure. That was
literally secondhand band exposure. And then I was able to get cool, and I was cool with people in ROTC, so I was kind of just bounced around saying hi to people before I went to class.
I was for the baseball group too.
That
adds on. When you play baseball,
so I mean,
like that.
It all came full. I think that knowing him, he's gonna figure out his niche like the first few days. Yeah. He's still gonna be a freshman, so all freshmen are gonna like kind of like cramp together. But then after a while, he's gonna.
I mean, he'll have.
I think your brother's gonna be a social chameleon, bro. He's gonna be that person that's gonna like people are gonna be able to go to feel safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean, he's got ball, he's
whole
got,
lot,
you know,
man.
he got IB, and then if he can do
Mhm.
like an after school program or something, he has that too.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah.
Your horizon broad. You can't just
This-
get stuck in IB and basketball though. I mean, you still got to expand. Like, it's
gotta branch out.
I know it's gonna
Yeah.
be tough.
Everybody had their little separate thing because outside of football and baseball and IB, I did jazz for I think like a semester or something like that.
You were
Oh,
playing
very
bass before us. Or were you
I
playing
played
or-
bass and I
Yeah.
played marimba. It's like I was all like percussions and stuff, and I was
Yeah,
playing
we
bass.
tried to keep you. We tried to keep you at bass because we didn't have any guitarists.
You tried, and then baseball got too busy, and then I was like, "Okay, guys, look,
I was
practice
like,
is calling. Like, I gotta go."
I remember when Matthijs was running that, he was like struggling to like actually form some kind of jazz band, and he was like, look, I was talking to him in his office one day. He was like, "Yeah, I'm stumped, man. I don't know what to do." I was like, "What do you need?" He's like, "Well, we lost our drummer. I don't really know how to do it." I was like, "You know who you need? You need Nick." And he looked at me kind of funny. He was like, "The saxophone kid?" And I was like, because he was playing saxophone. I was like, "I promise you, get that boy on drums. You're gonna have the best jazz band ever." And he legitimately didn't think. He was like, "All right." He told me later because he was like, "I think he can like hold the beat or something." And then he saw that man play, and he came to me. He was like, "All right, you pulled a hat trick. Can you do it again?" I was like, "Probably not." You get one.
There's your one wish. Use it.
I gave you drums. Can't give you guitars.
I can't give you anything else. Yeah. All right, John. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this
Real
up.
quick, if you can, let's all of us give like one piece of advice to not only your brother but any new incoming freshman in high school. What would your one piece of advice be?
I'll go.
But
Be and stay yourself. Be comfortable. I mean, just try to be comfortable in your skin. I know it's gonna be hard because I mean it's high school. It's just what it is. You're gonna try to fit in with whatever group you might be comfortable or you might feel is the right one. But at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable within your own skin before branching out and being somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like being with other people. So be comfortable with yourself before really going out there and
Mine is
experiencing other yep.
mine's kind of like a two-parter. One is don't be afraid to branch out and try different avenues, listen to different music, have different friends. It's okay to have a multiple, racial, amounts of friends. It's okay to get different perspective and learn. Social cues, social norms in high school are honestly dumb and they're very conforming. And so my advice to him and to anybody coming in to high school is just, don't be afraid to expand your horizons, because there's going to be so many things that you're going to learn. And if you close yourself off, you're going to eventually, hurt yourself in the long run, because there's going to be so many opportunities that you might miss out just because, you're conformed. So yeah, don't be afraid to branch out.
My one big piece of advice I gotta say is pick your friends. Like really just be very selective of the people you're gonna keep in your life. Like it's not a bad thing to have big circles. It's not a bad thing to have small circles, but regardless of how big your circle is, you gotta know how you stand with your friends. Like you gotta know, like, are these people ride or die? Are these people social acquaintances? Can I count on them? And just, be very select. Because, like you could say, oh, it's high school. You got time. Live your life. Do whatever. Yes, but if you're going to be selective about anything, be selective about the company you keep, because that can make or break you 100%.
It is
Jeff.
Hmm?
Jeff?
I'm gonna change it up actually. Say get to know your teachers. Like go to their office hours after school, ask them questions, like as when they dismiss the bell, don't just leave. Talk to them, see what, like if you got homework or something like that, or just like get to know them. Because the more you humanize your teachers, the more they're gonna look out for you. Especially if it's like one of those classes that's like a career pathway class, they will connect you with people if you really know what you want to do. Like your brother, like he wants to do coding, Find a teacher that will actually find him connects to do that.
At this rate, I hope he takes Gothers.
Yeah.
Because Gothers gonna get him right. That's good. So
That's good. That was a good bit of advice for y'all, man. But honestly, most importantly, I gotta say, just try not to grow up too fast. People will try to get you to grow up. They will.
Especially this upcoming generation, they are at a rapid pace.
Yeah, but they're still kids. We were still kids. They're still kids.
Mm-hmm.
Amount of responsibility you put on, especially in IB, your brother's gonna have a lot of responsibility.
You don't want responsibilities. You don't like responsibilities. It just sucks out here.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
because pretty soon, after a while, they're gonna blink and they're gonna be us.
Look at us, man. Old mentors to the new generations.
That's crazy.
All right, y'all. Well, this has been our first inaugural episode from Foursquare. I'd like to thank all the squares for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification, share this, leave comments about your high school stories, any high school advice you would give to the incoming freshmen. And we're going to put our social media in the description down below. And till then, we'll see you on the next episode.
Tell your friends, all of them.
Share it with your mama, your dad, your mama's mama, your dad's dad, everybody.
Your entanglements, your side entanglements, everything.
Situationships.
You know, anything. All right, y'all.
This has been real, y'all. Be well. Much love.
Stay undercover, I'm stealth. My whole life I kept on waiting for shit. Had to learn to go get it myself. Yeah, I'll get this shit by myself. Yeah, I'll make a way for myself. Yeah, I see you got a new dude and that's cool, but I promise we fuck I won't tell. Yeah, know that you miss it, I tell. Because you still hit up my cell. So just let us out of ourselves. Cause I think I'm losing brain cells. Cause you're toxic, so toxic, still want you myself. Wanted that girl for some years now. Now she unbuckled my belt. And see that she like how I felt. I'm on a mission, no I cannot fail.